Anyway, I'm Modern Mark. Welcome to the Modern Mayhem Show here, and I'm here with the band Europa Luna.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for having us.
How are you guys doing?
I'm doing well.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it has.
You guys used to be known as Europa.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Did you want to talk about the name change real quick?
Yeah, sure. We had the name for quite a bit. It was based off upon the moon Europa and really Greek mythology, the princess Europa. And then eventually we got to a point where it's conflict of interest, right? Someone from the 80s stole it from us.
Oh, really?
Back in time. Yeah, so they had a patent on it. So we're like, oh, you know, and then I think Rob came up with this great, he came up, he's like, I got something, Europa Luna. It sounds like sophisticated, almost romantic. And I was like, okay, let's listen to it. And he started seeing in print, and he started doing some imaging and just some great posters that he made. He does himself, a lot of the artwork. And it was really great. And I was like, it looks great. And I enjoyed it. And it's been, almost a year with that name?
Yeah. Just something to make us stand out a little more.
Yeah, distinguish.
Yeah, there's a lot of Europas out there.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, because there's soccer leagues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people go, oh, it's Europe. And you're like, no, it's a little bit before soccer, people. It's called Greek mythology.
Anytime we'd play a show, people would play the final countdown from Europe.
Right.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, and you're like, no, there's an A there. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Well, you guys have been together for a year now.
Yeah, well, we had a hiatus for a little bit. We got back, I think, in like 2012, and we played a few shows. We were getting out there, and then because we didn't really have a bassist, that was the kind of like we got back together, and we're like, well, let's just start recording. You know, it's probably the fastest steps to go back into it.
Right.
And then actually, my brother helped out on bass for a while, so we were playing around with him, and he's a physicist, so he kind of did his own thing. And so actually, right now, we don't have a bassist. Any bassists out there? We need you. But so it was kind of tough to play live. We could if we wanted to, but if you listen to the CD, like the new CD we have, Ghost, it's very much like a studio project. Well, there's a lot of dynamic in it, at least this is what I feel. And so to really produce that to the stage without a bass is a little bit tough. So we kind of been on that rough road of like, well, how do we get out there live? And I guess it's the first step with Modern Mark, right? Get out there, show the album, and start working it.
And thank you for being on the show.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I mean, I listened to your guys' EP, and it's just fantastic.
Oh, right on.
It's very well produced.
Yeah.
It's well recorded, well mixed, and everything.
Yeah, we worked on it.
Yeah, there was time and effort. It was like this labor of love. It maybe took a little bit longer than we should have been, but there was ups and downs of like time brackets between it, which kind of momentum needs to keep momentum, right? If you have like months off, and you kind of lose it. So it was one of those kind of cool projects that really you're proud of it at the end. At the same point, you're glad it's done.
Yeah.
But it's I was listening to it just the other day because we're coming on the show, and I was impressed. Actually, I was proud of it.
Isn't that great when you play your own stuff and you're just like, wow, this is actually fantastic.
Yeah.
No, yeah, exactly right. You're all, hey, these guys are great.
Well, I want to give our listeners a taste of what we have here. The EP is called Ghosts. What should we start with?
First track.
First track.
Yeah.
It's called Luna, right here on KSCU Santa Clara, and it's the band Europa Luna.
Just obscene to wonder why can't we see the thunder break the chains that never wore. Can we never see these ember eyes? You gotta raise your fist did you learn the theme is just a seed to wonder? Why can't we see the thunder? Break the chains that never wore. Yeah, yeah, you don't seem to show all your lies. Somehow grows.
KSCU, Santa Clara, 103.3 FM, the Underground Sound, Europa Luna, doing the song called Luna, and it's from their EP called Ghosts, and I have the two guys here in the studio, and we didn't introduce you guys. How about just doing, Ryan, what do you do in the band? What do you write?
What's my role? Yeah.
What's your role?
Yeah, I like to write a lot of the music on acoustic. I sing it, write the lyrics, obviously. I play guitar. On this album, I was playing bass, which is kind of a new thing. I've always known how to play bass, but it's like it really takes some effort because the guitar strings are all like kind of in a way very dainty and kind of like sophisticated. Where
Right.
bass has its own charm, but it's really you really have to have like strong hands, like strong forearms. So that was interesting for me. So I ended up putting on a jazz bass Fender, and went to town on it, did my work, and I was pretty proud of it. I was like, oh, there we go, I can play bass too.
Did you use a pick or just your finger?
I like pick. I think pick
okay.
really stands out.
And we got Rob.
Yes. Play the old drums.
Okay.
The percussion.
The percussion.
Percussion. Yeah.
Which actually this album has quite a bit of. That's what I liked about this album. It was a little bit of a departure from last time we got together. Our music was very forward driving, you know, like what you
Right.
see is what you get. With this, we had a chance being in the studio to really just kind of let your dreams fly, you know, like to really go out there and say, well, what do you really want to do? And take the time and effort and layer it, you know what I mean? The Queen mythology, right?
Right.
Quadruple it.
And I wanted to ask, what did you guys use as a studio? Where did you have it recorded?
We did a couple places. So we started off in San Francisco at one of our friends named Miles. Well, actually, we started off in San Francisco in a Mission recorders to do the drums, and that was pretty fun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was a good time. Good 10-hour block, just knocking it out.
Yeah, we just did all drums that day.
And the best part about that, the board they had, it was a Neve board. I'm not sure if you're aware of those boards, but they don't make them anymore. But Nevermind was recorded on these type of boards. It was like really this hard driving. Like, you know how when it comes to recording, the equipment itself, really the hard equipment, the hard drives and all that stuff, you're going through the board. It gives it sound. It gives it its own character, and it really gave it. I feel at the end of the day, the drums really have this sharp, not too sharp, but like clean, and it's aggressive, but it has this great undertones. It's very smooth. So it's like the best of both worlds, and really that's why I think that gave Nevermind itself, that album, a really good sound, a good feel from Nirvana.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was on a Neve board. And I think even Dave Grohl did a documentary on it. One of the
Sound City?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, exactly. So he took the board and it was a Neve board, and they interview the guy. He was like this engineer, and he has no idea about music, but he makes these boards, and it comes out with a great rock sound. So we start off right there with the drums, and it was pretty cool. And our buddy from San Francisco, he tracked us. He was playing bass at the time too, but he was in two different bands, so he had to kind of move on with his other thing, A Strange Hotel. But he helped us out a lot. It was cool.
Now, you said you spent 10 hours on that day?
Just for
recording?
drums.
Just for drums.
Yeah.
So how many, do you recall like how many tracks you laid down?
I think we did 5, but did we do 5? Or?
I think maybe been 5, but I think maybe it was 4. I think we got to it. It's funny because when it comes to recording, you would think it would be like but there's setup times and what mics are you choosing. So there is. That's why like advice pre-production will definitely save you money and time in the long run. But we did our pre-production. It took about 10 hours, and we got what we wanted out of it. So that was good. Yeah, and it was cool because that's what's cool about this album too. Is you go there for the drums, live recording, tracking, and then we moved it to his home. Actually, his roommate deals with Boss Skaggs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he's like the engineer.
Lowdown.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, right.
We'll play that next.
Yeah. They're coming up next on the Watermark. Boss Skaggs.
It's a good song.
Yeah, so his roommate, he works for him, and he did all this stuff. So we got to go there and track on some pretty good stuff, and it was fun. We got to.
He's got a neat little studio. It's it's about yay high.
Yeah, watch your head. You'll hit
really?
like dang.
But it's really neat.
Yeah, it's really nice, and you have these 2 separate rooms, and you're in San Francisco, and you're kind of actually I think it's Oakland really. No, is this San Francisco?
No, it's Bay Point, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's the off part of San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's.
Yeah, we did a lot of tracking there. And then we eventually switched over here to San Jose to Tone Frequency.
Yeah, for the mixing. mixing and mastering. So
Yeah.
that was cool. Like, and that's what I loved about this album was you get a buffet, right? Your
Right.
eclectic palette of where you're going, and it gave us spontaneous. It kind of gave you like momentum. I think we were talking about it earlier.
Right.
That you have something new every time you were doing something, which was really fun.
Yeah, we'd also do stuff at home too, like with our
Oh,
back.
yeah, great,
You
yeah.
know, we'd just take some guitar effects, slow them down, speed them up, put them in the washing machine. You know,
Yeah,
all kinds
doing our
of
own
stuff.
stuff.
Little some vocals, right? We just,
yeah.
you know, put
Well-
them in an MP3, then bring them into the studio. And
How can people find your music online if they want to
we're
listen to it?
EuropaLuna.com.
EuropaLuna.com. EuropaLuna.com.
Yes,
What
sir.
about Facebook? You guys have Facebook?
Facebook.com/EuropaUSA.
Oh,
kinda.
wow. And then what about videos, music videos?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
the
we need
hidden
to-
gem, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're looking to do some videos actually next.
Okay.
So we got some ideas. Always interested in other people maybe have some ideas, like looking around for some people that make
someone wants to make a
videos.
video, and they're like, it's the collaboration when two people meet together. Say, hey, do you want to make something together?
Yeah.
Let's get it done, right?
I mean, I like to find people that just want to just go wild with a video, you know?
yeah, exactly.
I don't
What's
care.
their ideas? Exactly. That's another
Yeah,
thing too, which
that's
is
what
cool.
the music video is. Just go nuts, you know?
Yeah, collaboration of visuals.
Well, if you were to do a music video, how would you go about finding like someone to record it for you or a director?
Totally. Like that's we're here out on radio waves. Come on out. Like we want to find
Right.
you. Yeah, right. So yeah,
Okay.
whoever would want to, if it's someone out there that wants to do it. But we're looking around. Like I
Okay.
said, we kind of got the studio just somewhat recently, kind of quasi recently. So we're getting things out. This is kind of the first step of getting our music out and trying to find out what we're gonna do to keep the momentum going and project it out.
Wow. I want to talk a little bit of your guys' background. For those of you just tuning in, I'm Modern Mark. This is the Modern Mayhem Show. I'm talking to the band Europa Luna, and I want to get a little taste of how you guys got into music, your history. How did it all start? And anybody can go first.
Go first. Oh man.
Yeah, I want to hear your history, how you got influenced, what influences you.
Oh, that would definitely be Def Leppard.
Def Leppard? Yeah.
Yes, for sure. And then I got into the classic rock, Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, all that stuff. Metallica later, you know. Well, actually, Metallica 91 when that started being huge, you know, the Black Album.
You got the same taste in music I got. I love Def Leppard. I see him every year.
Do you?
Always make sure.
I need to see him.
That's cool.
I'm going to see Hall & Oates tomorrow, though.
Oh, where are they playing?
Greek?
The Greek
No
theater.
idea. Huh. I'm out of the loop. Okay.
Yeah. Hall didn't call you. Come on.
Oh, should have.
Yo, I got the email from Oates, but what is that?
Got to get my mustache on, and I want to head out there. I think he did shave his mustache. though,
What?
So.
The world's changing. I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
the end of an era right there.
I
know. Yeah, right.
It's the end of the mustache.
But a lot of 80s pop music, too.
Yeah,
Really influenced.
I'm always listening to 80s stuff.
Yeah, actually, the funny thing is like the musical influences. Let's say for me, it was more of kind of like the first band I ever liked ever was Guns N' Roses, and really it was Slash,
nice.
right? So it's like
Yeah.
it's got its own little sprinkle of cheese on it, right? But
Right.
it did something for me then, especially the Slash with his lead guitar that would actually speak. You know, everyone just like, I can't wait till Slash's leads come out. So that's why we really got into guitar. And then from there, the Pixies, Nirvana, and I got more in the songwriting. The aspect of, especially Nirvana, I think really made it like, okay, that's pretty cool. Like, if you go take that step from Guns N' Roses, Nirvana crushes it and go, okay, there's something maybe a little bit
Right.
better in the world, or at least someone saying something that actually means something.
Yeah.
And then the Pixies put that twist on it, like, we can still have fun, but do the same thing Nirvana was doing. Mix
Wow.
eclectic palettes, and that's what I really enjoyed. And Frank Black. And,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's how you started out, and I think that's the mesh that really got us was that.
Yeah, I think that's the same kind of generation. I mean, we're
Right.
practically the same age.
we're victims of the generation, people.
Yeah. But when I first heard "Smells Like Teen Spirit," that kind of just blew my mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those drums.
Yeah.
Potato. You're like, that's it, done. Well, potatoes.
Oh my god, that's great. And then you guys, how did you two meet?
Mutual friends.
Yeah, mutual friend.
Yeah.
Mutual friends, and you
Yeah.
just decided to start a band.
Well, it was like there was always rumor like you need to meet this person and like vice versa. And I'm sure we're both like, yeah, we will, but it's like almost like getting set up for a date. Like, okay, whatever. Like I'm gonna be there. We'll find it out. And I remember just getting a call. I think I was even like bed, and it was like and it was funny because I'm like 25. I'm like in my cocoa in my robe. I'm like, what? Who is this calling me this late? And then my buddy's
We were
like, you
young
got to get
gents.
over here. They were just drinking forever. Like, come to the hills
Yeah.
of Santa Cruz, and we're jamming. I was like, all right, why not? And so we got together, and what I heard is first crash. I had no earplugs at that point. I played with people. You don't need earplugs.
Right.
Even my amp was all, come on, turn it to 11. No, there's nothing there. Beating on it. But he just hit it. And I was like, this guy's good. Like, this is a drummer. You're like, this is what you dream about as a player, like guitar player.
Right.
You're like, oh, it's great. And I think we clicked right there. And that's one of the reasons I think we still click today. It was funny because we've been on hiatus for a little bit, and we got together. and just our music works. It's almost I hate to be like arrogant about it, but it's the comparison of almost like the Billy Corgan, Jimmy Chamberlain. They just are so great together, and their music, the push-pull effect,
Right.
they just mesh, and I think we do something of that nature. Not to say we're on that league, but it's something that works. We just play. We can stay away for years and we get together. It's like that, it just works.
Wow. And how long was your hiatus?
A couple years.
3 years?
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years, and it
Yeah.
just came together like that, and you guys made something beautiful out of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I have
right.
to
Thank you.
admit, I mean, when you sent this to me, I was just like amazed.
Yeah.
Once again, for those tuning in, I'm talking to the band Europa Luna, and they do have a website, EuropaLuna.com. Their EP is called Ghosts, and I know without further ado, I'm going to go on to the second track.
That sounds about right to me.
Well, before I do though, what prompted you to want to write a song, Ghost?
And you know what's funny? I think the whole album revolved around that song.
Okay.
It was that, I guess, the title track. Like, it's weird. How did it happen? But it was something I was working on. We played it all together, and it just worked. And then once we got into the studio, actually, like I was talking about layering and that kind of Queen mythology where you just quadruple it. Like, even Miles, the guy who's tracking, he's like, you really want it? I'm like, yes, quadruple it. We're going to double this thing all the way through. It was like an ongoing joke. Like, we'll just call the album The Double because we'd always let's track it again. I wanted that full sound, and I think we accomplished with that. And once Ghosts kept on kind of accelerating, it was like, yeah, this is something good. So we added more songs together, and we like, we're gonna go in the studio and get this done.
Wow. Okay, well, here's the title track to Europa Luna's EP here. It's called Ghosts. KSCU Santa Clara 103.3 FM. The Underground Sound, that's Europa Luna doing the title track to their EP called Ghosts. And God, that's just a really great song, you guys. I think it's my favorite song.
Oh, thank you,
on the
Mike.
Thank you. We
EP.
appreciate it.
I want to ask, are you guys planning to do any more recordings, more music?
Definitely.
Right, yeah, exactly. We were talking about that too. It's funny when you start ending this, you're like, I can't wait to do the other stuff. Like, there's more stuff on the horizon. Especially when you're the way I songwrite, I just keep going, and you kind of like shelve them for a little bit, and you take what time you want to do it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to any new material you guys.
Yeah.
are gonna
Yeah.
plan
I mean,
on
we've
doing.
been working on at least 6, 7 new songs. I mean,
For sure.
Now, how long has the EP been out?
Really, this is for the viewers, your viewers. Like it's been out. We got it. I think what was it, like 3 months ago to maybe even.
something like
Yeah,
2 months
we've
ago.
lost track of it. It's been
Oh,
such a
wow.
project. But no, yeah, it's like I said, first time really pulling it out and kind of getting the name out and the word out and the music out.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you guys go about promoting the music? I mean, are you going to do like any live shows coming in soon, or?
We have nothing planned, but like I was mentioning before, we kind of
Right.
need a basis. At least for me, I'm sure Rob's etching to go. Like he's like, let's go out there. For me, I feel like the songs, like for sure, like how much effort we put into layering and putting dynamic. It kind of when you have a 2-piece, you kind of wipe away some of that dynamic, so it becomes very much more forth driving and simplistic. So
Gosh.
I'd like to get a bass, but I'm also etching to jam too. I think we're both at that point. We just want to get music and start playing it live because there's nothing like playing live.
Wow.
Live and studio, they complement each other, but they're two different beasts that eventually when you do live for a long time, you want to go to the studio. When you do studio for a long time, you want to go to live, and you need both.
Wow.
It's like man and woman, or man and man, whatever you need. Woman and woman, wait.
That is fantastic. I mean, you guys are you're so full of energy. I mean, music wise and even personality wise. It's just something I'm looking forward to, you know. What is that? Is that me?
Is that Rob?
Okay, I just bought a new iPhone. I don't know
Yeah.
how it works.
Smartphones will get you.
So I'm not sure what that is.
It's a blast from the past.
That is just very odd. Okay, let me do this. I will turn my phone off.
Ooh.
That's all.
That is odd. Someone was talking to me through my phone in my pocket. I thought I had a little man in my pocket.
That's what it sounded like. We're like, what's going on here?
I apologize for that. Wow.
Hey, no problem. It was fun.
So, I want to know more about how do you guys go about making your music? How does it come from a jam session, or does somebody write something and say, "Hey, I got this. Let's work on this," or?
I mean, there's definitely stuff that comes from a jam session. Like say, I usually get a riff or something minimum. Like there's going to be that, and then eventually Rob will get something. And sometimes his drum beats can actually really, or his percussion can change the dynamic. And that's what I love about it. It's one thing, I'll have something in my head, because when you write something on acoustic, to translate it to electric, there is a difference and kind of a transfer.
Yeah, I would say like the first track, Luna, in the studio, it kind of just changed around. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
it
actually, it's pretty
evolved,
extreme.
Amazingly, like it didn't start that way.
I think we even have that on
yeah.
acoustic. I'll let you have a copy of that. Just something raw that I did. I
Yeah.
think recording that Rob. And Rob actually brought that song. This is so great about Rob. He has like this memory, like just sits there like a database. And so what about this song? I was like, what song was that? And I started listening to it. I was like, oh, yeah, you want to hear that song. So I've got this drum beat for it. And that's what really got at that disco type of beat. It starts getting into this, let's speed it up. Let's give it a little more of a different dynamic. Because when you do something on acoustic, the way I wrote it was more, I guess, more of an emotional, slower pace.
Okay.
And then it got a little bit more with his drums. And then when I started doing the bass line, I think that's when it really changed to kind of that disco beat. That's what I really liked about Luna.
Yeah, you bring in like a 2-minute melody or whatever you got, we'll just start adding on.
Yeah, we
to
work
it.
on it, right? I always do something riffing around. It's a shame, actually, since we've been doing the studio stuff, I haven't really been on my acoustic writing. So that's you know what I mean? Eventually you get that starvation of going back to it, but really you have a catalog of stuff. You're like, I'm done trying to purvey like Lewis and Clark, the unknown. Let's get the knowns and let's make them blossom into something more.
You guys really are talented with that. I mean, because I've been listening to the EP over and over again. That's how much I like it.
That's cool. Thank you.
Right on.
And I can hear that you guys just keep getting better and better from like the old Europa stuff.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I just can't wait for the new stuff. How are you guys gonna go about like selling the EP, like online or through stores? Or?
I think we'll do it online. We got to start getting on that.
I
Got to upload
I'm
it.
thinking
and-
iTunes, Amazon.
yeah,
for sure, right.
Yeah, I got probably.
I think the usual paths, there's a certain, almost like you have to go through this path.
Yeah.
Actually, that's the kind of the funny thing about music today, the digital era. It gives so much access to people to get your word out, but then you have so much access that eventually you get to the point of it's not oversaturation, but you kind of are overwhelmed as a human being. You can't go through thousands and thousands of bands.
Right.
Because I think a lot of people, like the myth of the dinosaur, record labels and all these hierarchies, they're coming back again, though, because they're like, the internet, everyone thought it was going to kill them, but eventually it took a dip. You're right, because they had to change it, the dynamic. But really, you kind of still need those type of things to push you above the other tier, because if you have 5,000 people trying to get out there, you need someone to kind of give you a helping hand.
So, like right now, we have about 200 physical CDs, ready to
be sent. Yeah, you want one? Please contact us.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you guys
or
want
Mark,
one, I'll send you one.
Mark will set us up to us.
That's fantastic. Okay, and then what was the last live show you guys did?
Well, I was just talking to the other host. We played a show with the Trims a couple of years ago. Actually, that was in San Francisco on the Brainwash.
Yeah, interesting place to play.
Yeah.
What is the Brainwash?
It's like a laundromat / bar / live venue. And like literally, like someone's like doing laundry.
Hostel.
Like someone shows up and they're like, "I hate you already because I hung over and I want to do something." And this one goes, "Oh wow, there's a band here and food. I think I'll go do my laundry and go into the separate room," because it's like, it was cool. I enjoyed playing it. I like that because it's almost like the Caravan where you get in. There's no stage.
Yeah.
People are just right in your grill if they're right there. I like that. Of course, it can be sometimes like, okay, you're a little close, but I enjoy that.
You're performing live and people are folding their laundry and stuff.
No, the separate rooms.
It's
like it is cut off. So there's a different you have a laundromat door. Band and us, so it's like those windows and doors don't mean anything.
And a lot of people play there. I'm not sure if it's still open. I haven't.
I'll be quite honest.
I don't know.
Oh, we have another RIP. Rest in peace.
But actually, the last time when we played one of our buddies' birthday parties, which was
that was fun.
That was crazy.
Okay.
Lots
was fun.
of booze.
Yeah, it was like an '80s theme. They did a good job. It was. Like they had what are those Rubik's cubes, like made their own, like huge, like they're like as big as you, like 4 of them stacked up. Everything was like I don't remember, it was like pink too. It was just cool. It was really cool. We went there and played out, and we just till the cops came, of course, right? That's the way it goes. But that's where we really started playing the set and getting ready for the studio. Is that show really kind of we felt energized, the momentum again, that conversation of once you get something going, you want to keep it going, and it was cool.
Wow. How often do you guys practice?
It's been a while. We used to practice
we played
a lot.
last week, right?
Yeah. Oh, that was fun too. We have blow off the dust, like
Just played in my garage.
Yeah. Low, and us, our low is even like, oh, what's going on? You can hear you. But it was fun. That's why I said like it was been when we were in the studio, we just didn't practice at all. It was kind of like let's keep our heads in the game, keep forward with it. And what happened from is like when we jammed again. I think it was a year later. Like we really spent a year just in the studio rather than playing music and getting together. We just wanted to get this out and get it done, which you've never really done. We've never really spent that much time in a studio to say like we really want to make a studio album. And it's pretty much that's what it is. Like we had an idea of like this is what we want to do, and we definitely make it clean, crisp, and radio friendly.
So if you are able to acquire a bass player anytime soon, what kind of shows would you like to do? Like how many songs per set or how long?
Oh, it's funny because once you start kind of getting up in that realm where, especially like in San Francisco, because I really like to play up there. I like the eclectic, like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you go in San Jose and you're playing at a bar or something like that. Mm-hmm. People come and going, I want my prime rib sandwich and I don't want to see you. So you get this backs turned to you. It kind of like, it doesn't kill it, but sometimes that's what I love about being a musician is you're really like, in a way, you're economically, you're selling yourself.
Right.
Like, who are you? You're nobody. And then all of a sudden when you see people who really had no intention of seeing you turn around and enjoy your music and then come up to you afterwards and say, wow, you guys are really good. That's a very good feeling, and it makes you. That's part of the challenge, right? You get them on the first song, and you kind of work your way up. And
yeah, there's some good places in San Jose. We've had fun at the Caravan.
Oh, yeah, that's a great time.
Great time to play there.
You could have some really killer shows there.
And I understand the Blank Club closed down recently.
Yeah, I think they changed their name.
Or no, didn't they move down the street?
There's a new place now called the Ritz.
Really?
I think it's on South First Street, and that's sort of the new downtown San Jose local band hangout. And then there's another place called the Art Boutique.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, that place does live shows. There's other places that are starting to pop up. But is there like a specific place you guys would like to play?
I'd play any of those places.
Yeah, like you just
they
said.
sound fine to me.
Yeah, no, exactly. I just want to get out there and play because that's what eventually that's what it comes down to. It's one thing to be in the studio and create, but you then, if you made this like studio album, you sat in your room and listened to it all day long. It's not as fulfilling, really. You know what I mean?
It's not.
Yeah, you're like, I'm so great. I'm the best.
Yeah.
So I know you guys mentioned you played with the band The Trims.
Yeah.
Is there any other local bands you guys like or would like to play? With?
Oh, Strange Hotel, my buddy. I think they're a good band.
Oh, Strange Hotel.
Yeah, Miles Diaco. He's Italiano. He's the bassist for that band. They're in San Francisco. That's why it was like I mentioned San Francisco, because we have that connection with them, and they've been willing to play a show with us. We want to play a show with them, but he was their bassist and our bassist, so it's like okay, so he's with his band first anyway, so he's been doing that, and he always goes, I can't wait to play with you guys. You guys are really fun to play with. You know, we want to get some shows together, and we've had chances to do such. I think, like I said, for me, it's like I want to be able to articulate this album, and the two of us, I don't think, can do it alone.
Right.
We can make versions of it, which is not going to be bad. It's just going to be different. And I really liked the effort we put into the dynamics into this album.
So any ideas on what the next release would be like? Like, would it be an EP, an LP, or
Probably be another kind of EP.
Another EP, yeah.
an EP?
We like to punch them out 4 at a time.
Yeah.
Any ideas on doing like covers?
Yeah, we like to enjoy a cover. To me, a cover song is if you really enjoy a song, a cover song kicks ass. You know what I mean? Because you're putting that effort. If you're just doing, I'm going to cover, you're like, okay, there we go. But no, yeah, if it's something grabs your attention, it's always awesome to play someone else's song. I think it's a great attribution to them and yourself if you can pull it off.
I want to join a Tears for Fears cover band.
Really? That'd be kind of
Yeah.
cool.
For sure.
Their percussion is pretty much all over the place, though, isn't it? They have all kinds of like.
Oh, totally.
They
And you
do,
know what's
yeah.
funny? I think we were talking about like our influences before, but
Right.
Rob's like what I like about Rob's influences is actually the recording and production. And I think that's what he really brought to this album. Is we kind of connect on that. Was we enjoyed a certain type of recording, and whether, like you say, if I love Tears for Fears as well, because really like a lot of it is that clean, crisp recording, their dynamics, synthesizers, right? You get to this point where there's a lot of layers, and it's fun to peel an onion, right? There's a lot, like John Lennon said it best, right?
That's true.
The glass onion. But yeah, it was great. I think that really collaborated, and it was definitely presented in this album.
Okay, well, without further ado, I'm going to move on to the next track.
Yeah.
For those of you just tuning in, I'm Modern Mark, and Crazy Eddie isn't here this week, but probably next week. I'm talking to the band Europa Luna. They do have a website. Check it out. It's EuropaLuna.com, EuropaLuna.com, or you can search them on Facebook. And we're going to play some tracks off their new EP here called Ghosts. This is a song called Scream.
You've seen the seams of broken dreams. You go to foreign lands, it makes you wanna scream. Whoa, 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 whoa. You sail the seas, forbidden thieves. You
KSCU Santa Clara 103.3 FM, the underground sound and modern mark. That is Europa Luna doing a song called Scream. And why did you call it Scream?
Because exactly right.
Ice cream for ice cream.
Yeah, there we go. That's a plug. Yeah, it just made sense. It's an interesting song to me because when I wrote it, it was like I had the visuals of the old slave ships, and I was doing some research on this, let's say slavery in general and how the word slave came about from the Slavic, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, it was interesting. Thomas Sowell does a book on it. I don't know if you've heard of him, but I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. So I was already having something with the song, with the chords, and I had visuals, and so I just kind of added that extra piece, like we'll sail the seas of the Forbidden Thieves. So it kind of just made me feel like, that it's a movie to me. Like I could see the visuals. Like that's one I would love to make a video for. That would be cool.
Swashbuckling adventures.
Yeah, right?
Wow, can I be in it?
Yeah, yes. You'll start it.
That is great. There's also a taste of some like Eastern style playing.
Yeah, I love. The funny thing is, I think we're just talking about that off air. It's just like I love music that's not like mine or ours. I don't like to listen to stuff, even like comparisons, like even like the great bands from the old, like from Nirvana, the Pixies, STP. I don't listen to them really anymore because they're great music. It's fantastic. And when I do listen to it, I have a great love for it because nostalgia comes in with it as well. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it almost is like self-congratulatory. It's like you're listening to yourself in a way. When I love to listen to things that are completely different and then take little gems that I love from it, like Django Reinhardt, we're mentioning that, jazz. I love things like that. Middle Eastern, I love sitars, and I think George Harrison probably got me onto that one with Ravi Shankar and all that, which is great too, tablas. And I wouldn't do album after album of tablas, but to put it on a song or something like a little gem, I think those are great.
If you have enough hummus, we could make...
Yes, if we have hummus, we're fine.
That's great. Oh my gosh.
But I'm getting influenced by Taylor Swift with my 8-year-old daughter, so
There you
Oh,
go.
really?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Do tell, Robert.
that's all I hear now.
Yeah, you're like, oh, good Lord.
Taylor Swift and Katy Perry.
Oh, there we go. The mainstream is hitting his house.
Maybe you guys can cover a Taylor Swift song and just make it your own stuff.
Right?
That's
That's it. I'm going straight for Miley Cyrus.
So what kind of music have you guys been, what other people's music are you guys listening to when you're not performing your own stuff? I mean, besides the old stuff, is there any like new bands or new artists you kind of noticed and were like, hey, that's pretty good?
I probably have, but I don't know their names. Like, I'll go on Pandora and you'll see something. You know what? There is one band. It's on I think like the Pixies radio on Pandora, because you know how Pandora is.
I listen to a lot of Pandora.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. I do like Pandora to the extent of once you work it your way, you'll love it, because you'll get songs like, what the hell are you talking about, Pandora? I do not want to, and they're like, negative. And they're like, okay, we'll get you next time, but you're going to listen to it. I'm like, all right, whatever.
What's the Broken Bells? That's a good band.
Oh, the Broken Bells. That's a good name.
Yeah,
Actually.
they're pretty
Yeah,
good.
right? There's nothing better than a band that really gets a name, you know?
Yeah.
Something that makes you think right off the bat.
Broken Bells. I know you guys are looking for a bass player. So if there's one listening out there, how can they contact you? Just via your website?
Yeah, Facebook.
EuropaLuna.com.
Yeah, can you get contact? Yeah. Rob is the great one at that one.
We got all
he
that.
knows all that.
It's on there.
Okay, so any bass players out there looking to join Europa Luna, get a hold of them, and they'll let you know what.
Maybe some keyboards.
And that's the funny thing too is like we were talking to the bassist, or I'm sorry, the guy who was working with us, Miles. I think we mentioned him through Strange Hotel. So you guys just need to play two piece. We're like, dude, we want a bassist plus. We're looking for everything. Like we want to go on stage now because from our past is that like a 3-piece, just pure rock and roll, just hit it.
Right.
No, not even pedals really. We were just like distortion, clean. That was how we did it. And I think at least for me, I really want to go out there and like I said, make your album come to live. And I think a lot of times in the past where a live would be different from the album. And right, because it gets stripped down a little bit, which is great in its own right. But then eventually I think the time period is suggesting that a lot of people just want to hear, like, whatever you did on the album, like there's a little riff that someone can just go, that's what makes the song. And you'll never hear it again live because they can't do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But people are like, that's what made the song for me. And so I would like to be able to take and translate an studio album, and do it live because there's we did organs on Luna, which I think is one of the best parts of that song.
Right.
A bass player with Luna. It's a disco beat, so that was pretty cool. So I'm at the point where let's get the more the merrier.
But how do you reproduce on stage, like multi-layering, that sort of thing? Or
People, and then it's also, if you really get to a point of keyboards and synthesized players, they can, you know,
Right.
pre-program, you can get things like that, or have someone play it out.
You
That'd be
know,
great.
I mean, even if we did 2-piece, it does sound pretty good. I
Right.
think.
Oh, for
But
sure.
it is different if you need more people in your band, more instruments. But
would you be opposed to having like a laptop help you on stage? Sometimes I see bands that
Yeah,
have like
totally.
a
I've
laptop
seen
with
that.
them, even drummers and.
No, totally. I'm technically disadvantaged. You know, it's funny because I've always written on acoustic. I've been an acoustic dude. I don't know if that's limiting, which I'm sure it is.
Right.
But technology, I think we were talking about smartphones, right?
Right.
Like you and I were just like, no, we're gonna die with the flip phone until my flip phone died. I literally flipped it and went flying. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go smartphone. But like Rob is really, he's always keyed in. I mean, I remember when we first got together, YouTube was nothing, and he was like, let's get on YouTube. I'm like, what the hell is YouTube? And so like it was like 2005, right? YouTube was
Yeah, I
into
think
place,
so,
something like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so he's always been that kind of cutting edge, finding something like new bands, Broken Bells, stuff like that, where I'm just like this old man with his tea. Nah, give me, I want to hear the Zeppelin again. Zeppelin 1. Start from the beginning.
it's a good album, though.
It is a great album.
Yeah, that is a great album. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
girl, you know what? Let's quit talking. Let's talk about Robert Plant's birthday on August 20th.
There's a calendar on the wall, and somebody wrote on it Robert Plant's birthday.
And we missed it.
And we,
Did I miss it? What was it? Over a week ago?
yeah, August 20th with a heart.
Maybe he doesn't want
With
any
the
more
heart.
birthdays.
I know.
Probably not.
He's all stop. So please stop.
So, I was going to ask you guys, or maybe ask you this already. What was the last live band you guys saw, like concert
Ooh.
you've been to?
Well, it's been a while for me to see a live band.
That's a good question.
Wow.
We're stumped. Do do
Stumped
do
you guys? Oh.
do do do. Mr. Trebek, I need to know. Can I get a lifeline on this one?
That's great.
Oh, well, you know what? Peter Gabriel.
How
when
you
was
didn't
that?
go to that?
Yeah. A couple years ago. It was in the arena. That was a great show.
That's
Was it
good.
really?
Yeah, it was amazing.
I didn't know he was still doing live shows. Wow.
Yeah. He was doing a little world tour then.
That is cool.
Yeah. He
Jeez.
played the whole album So.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. It was the So tour, or like So Again. I don't know. He called it something.
Probably 20th anniversary or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Gee,
And that's an amazing album.
and then what acts would you guys what bands or artists have you not seen live that you would have liked to have seen live or would like to see live in the future?
I always thought Muse would be cool to see.
Oh, Muse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like Muse a lot.
Yeah, music's
Not like they're
cool.
like they're gone. I missed them. Like, but no, they're still there. It's just
A lot of musicians seem to like that band. I've never heard any of their music.
Really?
How would you describe their music to someone who hasn't heard it before?
It's like operatic.
yeah, it's definitely it's like a mixture of.
It's good. They're good, but over time,
It gets limiting. It's
Yeah, it's a little
I think it's his vocal range. Because he either does falsetto or he kind of sings his thing, and then eventually, I think everybody you kind of, if you're making album after album, ideas after ideas, eventually you kind of get tapped out. And I think that's the kind of the curse of momentum, like especially when you have people around you, because music's music, but then you go into the music industry, and now it's a whole different ball game because now you got. Economic variables that are going on. Like you have some guy saying, here, you got to play this, you got to play that, you got to hit this records, this, you got to sign here, right? So it gets to a point where like, okay, you're just producing too much. And eventually you have to come up with a contract to say, I need a song. And I think that's when music actually gets tarnished, is when you need to come up with a song. That's when it just becomes not garbage, but it's kind
it's
of
forced.
yeah, you're
it's not a good
exactly.
song.
It's like forced anything. You're not
well,
going to like
actually,
it as much.
their newest album, they kind of went back to basics, more of just straight rock.
Really? I haven't
yeah.
heard it yet.
Yeah, it's
I think I heard one song on the radio and I just wasn't. I was like,
Oh my god.
But no, yeah, I mean, if it was bands from the past, I'd love to see Zeppelin in their prime, and that would have been great. I'm always like Sam in the old fashioned. That's why I love documentaries so much, to be quite honest. Seeing the Stones in their prime, the Beatles, all of those. I love seeing those type of bands. It would have been great to see them. Anything more up to date, I'm just not that. It's funny. I like studio stuff or an album more so than the actual live, I think, and that's probably my own weird quirk.
Well, no, I can understand that because you want your songs to sound really, really good and crystal clear and have the bombacity that you want it to be. But then when you think of those kind of studio works and in famous music now, it's usually just used to manipulate the tuning of it all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
for sure.
Yeah, so it and you can hear that in the music.
I think so too, right? We were just commenting on that because that's what we loved about this album. We didn't use a click track, which I'm sure if you're layman's, you're probably not going to notice it too much. I'm sure maybe there's some differences in and
Yeah.
speeding. But I mean, when you get into a recording, I mean, they just love to go to this point of like, click track it. You can't click it. I was like, our whole joke was, we don't need a click. We have a heartbeat. You know what I mean? But I think music's getting to that point where it's so precise that it literally loses that human touch or something about it. It's kind of cliche to say it's losing its humans because humans are manipulating
it loses
everything.
its soul. It
Something's-
becomes robotic.
Yeah,
you
something's
know?
not there. It's
Yeah.
just, it seems too dead on.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of the dance music kind of still.
I know. I'm putting on my shawl right now. I'm like, yes, that's true. Just modern times. The music's a changing, which is good in its own right. But I think it's actually funny. I was reading an article about how people at a certain age, I think Nikki Black from 107.7 or something like that, she was putting it up, and she said something about like how by the age of 30 or something like that, you're set. Like, you don't go to new music and stuff like that. So it's really cool to see people break that paradigm if that's the average. We go like, no, I listen to new stuff all the time. That I find that really inspiring because that statistic kind of works on me. It's like, because I'd like to write, and it gets to a point where I'd rather listen to new bands that are literally, like I said, Pandora. Like I have this Arabic radio station, I make it my own, but it's all like, it's weird. It's just stuff that I'm sure they're brand new people, but I don't know their names, but I love their music. And I kind of like that. It makes it mysterious. I'm like, I can't wait till that song pops up again.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Nikki Black is talking about because I've never stopped
Completely, right? There's people that
keeping
don't
an
do
open
that.
mind.
There is a lot of people that just stop.
They just stop.
Yeah,
And they get into their...
and they say the same thing. Oh, the music's not the same. as it used
right?
to be.
And you've been
that's
hearing
just
that for your
terrible.
whole life, right?
Yeah, you've been hearing like, no,
It's
everybody, every generation has great music.
Yeah, I mean, look at this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the studio, right? We're going around. We have vinyl.
Yeah.
Actually, our CD from 2006 is still here,
Yeah, it is.
which is really cool. It's really endearing, the fact that it's really here. It really does. It brings something like, wow, it's just like a time capsule.
Have you guys ever listened to your old stuff back then and go,
I haven't listened to that one. That was a really
long time ago.
rough
I
recording.
listened to it probably in 2012, our very first, The Filthy Cut.
yeah.
And I think the music's actually really good. The recordings weren't the best, and we were just rock to your balls fly off. It's right there.
I've been playing your stuff.
Oh, really?
Since then, and
That's great.
There's one song that everybody seems to like.
Really? Which one?
It's the one where it starts off real slow, and something about these
Revolution.
sinceres.
Revolution.
Oh, Can You Believe?
Can you believe?
Oh, okay.
Everybody likes that song.
Great.
Yeah, people would call up and go, "What is that song?"
Really?
Really heartfelt or something. Yeah.
That's really.
So we recorded
that's
that
awesome.
twice. I wonder which one is that.
Oh, I don't know. It's off Weapons. If
Yeah,
that
it's
would
on
be.
Weapons.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's great. You still have it. That's awesome. Actually, I've never heard that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm getting emotional. No, it's
Yeah.
great though. It's endearing. These are the type. That's why you make music. It's funny because you think like, oh, no one's maybe not listening because there's like, say, it's so long ago that you would do something. But when someone you hear that story, that's great. Actually, really, it fills your heart with love.
Yeah. No, but that was the one that people said they seemed to grab them for some
Yeah,
reason.
that's great.
So
That was a
Yeah,
fun album
I
too.
haven't listened to that one in a long time.
Yeah, it's fast.
It is fast, I think, right?
that was the funniest thing. Like going into this album, we're like,
Probably needed the click.
one thing we wanted to do was slow it down.
Yeah.
Because dynamics, because even our songs from the past had dynamics, but it was so fast. It was like you couldn't even, like a fine wine, you can't sip on it. You're shooting it, you know?
Yeah,
So,
we played fast, loud. I mean, with our bass player Mike, he's awesome,
Yeah.
phenomenal bass player, and we just tore it up. We had a
he's
lot of
good
punk
live.
influence.
yeah,
It was
he's
just
definitely blunt.
dynamic. It was just a really, really fun stuff.
what happened to him? What happened to Mike?
Oh, Mike's still around. Me
is
and
he?
Mike, I talk to Mike all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was playing in a band with him, the Billy Crystals here and there, but we haven't played in a good year or more than that now too. So yeah, getting older. I don't know what it is.
Well, I want to give the audience a taste of some more.
Yeah, please do.
We got one left here on the EP. We're talking to the band Europa Luna, and they have a website, EuropaLuna.com, as well as a Facebook page. Their new EP is called Ghosts, and this is the fourth and final track. It's called Love and Lust.
Take back all the knickknacks. I know that we needed more than this. Fight back all the riffraff, consumed by the facts that never
KSCU Santa Clara 103.3 FM, the underground sound. That's Love and Lust by the band Europa Luna from their EP Ghosts. Check them out, EuropaLuna.com, and they're also on Facebook.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys have T-shirts?
We'll make some up right now.
Okay.
I don't think we do.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then you have no live shows planned, but you are looking for a bass player.
For sure. That would make it expedient to play live. We're looking for a bass player, but we're going to get out there anyway. I think even a 2-piece we'll be able to do something.
And then what is the future for Europa Luna?
probably
what are the
just
plans?
more recording.
For sure. I think that's going to be the basis of what we're doing is like we enjoy the studio a lot. It works with our time schedules.
Yeah. More recording, play some shows, you know. There's a lot of new venues here in San Jose we haven't.
Yeah, you were mentioning
Played,
them.
yeah.
That was great.
Yeah. And then what about, is there like any specific local bands you would like to play with or anything like
You
that?
tell us, Mark.
Yeah, Mark, you're the guru.
Geez, there's so many.
Because I'm kind of.
What do you think we'd work well? Because obviously musical styles, you know, either
Yeah.
mesh or don't, or maybe that is cool. A lot of people like that too when you have two extremes.
You know,
Yeah.
like some of the old bands we used to play with. You know, I don't even know what was NVS. Remember them?
Oh,
They
I
were
just
awesome.
Walter Campbell actually. Have you heard of them?
No.
I got in touch with him through Facebook recently, and he's a good dude. And they had a killer show actually in San Francisco. I think they recorded it, and I got to see some of it. They're cool. They're kind of like punk rock. Same thing. Is like it's funny how you grow as a person, you grow as a band, your music grows with you, and I feel they're growing too. So yeah, NVS would be great to play with. Strange Hotel.
Yeah, but local bands. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't.
There's a band called The Shrews.
Okay.
They're pretty good.
Cool.
I think I heard it on your show a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, these
yeah.
guys
I
were
said
on.
they were really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they-
I
they
remember
were.
I heard the one song.
You should play with those guys.
Yeah.
Who else? Nothing's coming to mind right away, but I'll get back to you.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sure. Everybody, if you have any ideas, call on in. We want to know.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm totally interested in playing with some new local bands.
Yeah,
whatever,
totally.
yeah.
It's always fun to watch other people play too. You know,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we are musicians and we like musicians, so it's
I mean,
always
we've
good.
been playing out since 2005 in San Jose. You know, we put back in the day.
Yeah, God, playing everywhere, everywhere and anywhere.
Johnny
times.
V's. We played there
Yeah.
a couple midnight shows. There wasn't anybody there, but you know.
Yeah, but we played.
still
No, there
played.
were some good shows. Eventually, like you said, you get to a point where you just need to branch out. I think every band does that. There's
Right.
bands from San Francisco, Berkeley, and Oakland that need to go out and they want to play shows in San Jose. Because eventually, like, there's like only a couple of venues, especially in this day and age with the boom bust cycle. You know, like banks take over places, government gets involved. Like I think in San Jose, they really crippled the local scene because you'd have to, if you weren't to be.
It's the high rents.
That's true, but if you wanted to be a promoter, like you get a show together, all of a sudden you need a license, you need a
Are you
permit.
serious?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
they
was
start
hearing
they're
that too,
killing
yeah.
it. San Jose really, that's why one of the reasons we kind of started fluttering to San Francisco is when your own local scene, the government gets involved, right? The fascist people, you need to get out there.
Damn
Hell.
fascists.
Yeah, damn Mussolini, you're coming back to kill us.
Oh my God. Okay, so then how do you feel about the local scene altogether? Do you feel it's dwindling away, or is it?
I have
just-
no
We've
idea.
been out of the game to even talk about that because
Wow.
It seems like it's doing pretty good. Like, because
Well,
you
you
just
said
said
a resurgence. Yeah, I
they
think so.
Open up the Ritz, and there's other places. I mean, I know the.
Yeah.
It seems all right.
Oh, the Rock Bar.
Rock Bar.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
heard
we were
about the
talking
Rock
about
Bar,
that
You guys
yeah.
been there yet?
Not yet. Actually, the guy who recorded, his name's Tim Narducci, that recorded Weapons.
Oh, okay.
We were talking about how Can You Believe does pretty well here.
Yeah.
He recorded that. He's in a band,
Spiral Arms.
Spiral Arms. They're good.
Yeah.
And so he's been playing around, and he's played that place. So I wanted to go check him out. I haven't had the time to do it, recently. But he's been doing that. But I think it's a lot of cover bands that actually go through the Rock Bar.
Well, they have a lot of real bands. Like Deep Purple was there. The guy.
Oh, for sure.
that played
Like
in
that
Deep
hard
Purple.
rock.
Oh yeah.
My
It's-
buddy went there and saw it.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, we should go, Mark. Let's all go
Yeah,
to a show.
we'll do it live, right? We'll do a podcast.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, I totally want to go to the.
No,
Rock Bar,
I
yeah.
want to check it out. I haven't been in there yet.
Yeah. Someone told me. Well, I've been there too. It kind of looks like a rock star's mansion
Really?
in a
Wow.
way. Yeah.
It used to be the casino, right?
Yeah.
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 It's got a real nice atmosphere. It really
That's
does.
cool. No, it was great to hear that they would make something like that. You would think like, "What? Are you crazy? What are you doing? No one's gonna go." But eventually, there's an eclectic group out there that goes, "Hey, we want to still see rock and roll." You know,
Yeah, it's great to hear that they're actually
still doing something. Yeah. It's always nice to hear that because that's the issue. Because I think in the older days it was dwindling. Like I said, the permits were coming in, and it was really a lot of local people. Now it's 2.2. Now you need money if you're gonna put a venue in. So now like people that invest into these things, like a rock bar, I mean, that takes a lot of money to get something like that
Yeah,
started.
I mean, they got to make money, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
that's true too.
It's all about selling those beers.
Right?
Yeah, business.
Yeah, right.
They
Exactly.
got good food too, by the way.
Oh, do
Really?
Well, hello. What kind of what do they have?
I don't know the menu by heart, but there's some pretty good stuff on there. It's really good.
So is it open every day?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
open from like 11 a.m.
Really?
They serve like lunch.
I didn't know this.
They have like happy hour and all.
I'm
that
gonna
stuff.
go there at 11 a.m. Start off
Yeah.
with a nice vodka twist.
Yeah,
Then I'm gonna
11:02
leave.
ribs and whiskey.
2 in the morning.
Yeah, do it.
Jeez. Oh
Well,
my
we
gosh.
could start drinking at 11.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
We're allowed. We're
it's a
allowed
good
to.
day. Well,
That's great.
we'll talk about old bands from the 80s.
Right.
Yeah. So favorite band of all time?
Oof.
I always say Led Zeppelin because it just heavily
it was recent.
influenced
You
me.
can't get tired of Led Zeppelin.
No, I mean I don't. Yeah, it's just a great band.
Yeah, you may go
around.
away for a little bit. Like just recently, I was listening to it in the shower, people. But on Pandora, yeah, Zeppelin just rocks. I think that's one of the things. Like we both love Bonham, we both love everything. The Plan.
John Paul Jones.
Yeah. Oh, good. That great bassist, underrated actually. Probably the most underrated person of Zeppelin.
Yeah. Have you heard his latest outfit? Them Crooked Vultures.
Yeah, with Grohl and
Josh Holmes.
yeah.
It's
Great
good
stuff.
Oh yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, that's actually funny. I listened to that last Queens of the Stone Age album. That's a great album. That's a couple years out now, right? Year and a half.
Yeah, you're right.
Their last album. That's good stuff.
It is pretty damn good stuff. Oh my gosh.
Are they done?
No, it was about a year and
That was-
more than a
that's
year
true.
ago. They released an album. Great album. Though.
Yeah, Queen's Stone. I
Actually,
really like their
Dave
first album.
Grohl played on that album.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because they're
They're
Oh,
buddies.
well, it was, yeah. Well, yep.
Good stuff. I want to thank you guys for coming on the show.
Yeah,
this
thanks,
evening.
Mark.
This has been fantastic.
Oh, it was fun.
It's great to see you again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Definitely have to have you back to perform live.
Yeah.
That's what we want to do. So if you're listening and you love it, we'll be back. We'll do probably an acoustic set and then we'll move on up. We'll go in tears. All of a sudden we're just gonna blow KSCU.
You'd be like the best band to blow this place up. That'd be
There
great.
we go. That'd be great.
Again, thanks guys, and good luck with the EP and everything. And once again, we're talking with Europa Luna, and check out their website, EuropaLuna.com. And I'm just going to end with the first track.
Oh,
Right
cool.
on.
Thank
so
you.
here's Luna
Thanks a lot, Mark.
by Europa
We
Luna.
appreciate it.
Any shout outs?
Shout out.
We want to thank
my
Mark.
wife.
Yeah, right.
Okay, guys, thanks again.
Adios.